Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense, but I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, there's something very fucking important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. Because I'm cringy as fuck, right? Alright? But this is the Emerald Pillar King here speaking. The one and only Gen Xer that is eccentric in his ways of going about YouTube and everything else I do. I do a services, but it's behind the scenes, okay? And you won't be able to see it anywhere because I'm not interested in popularity. Okay? I already told you I'm one of those individuals. And if you call me anything negative, that's on you. That's your loss. Now, we're going to talk about a subject here. This is a commentary over on top of a commentary. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast face, you put it down below. I am shadow banned. I don't care about that. I make my money. Okay, people make their money in their own unique fashion. This is why you have to get a chance to know me before you judge me. Okay, and most of my videos are not catering to the masses anyway. This is a method to my madness. But let's get on with the topic for today. I remember this woman. I used to watch her many years ago. Her name is Melania King. Okay, I don't know too much about her background, and I really don't care. It's like most people don't care about anybody's background unless other people like them. Okay, I don't care about that type of stuff. But let's get on with the top commentary. Over the commentary. Let's begin, please. I'll put my little face over here, and we'll play it.
Outside of the basics, bedroom, okay, basic.
Also, I'm only going to do like 10 minutes of commentary because it's like it takes up my time to do these things for you guys. I'm doing this for both men, women, and everything in between too as well. All right? Okay. Let's continue. Okay.
Cook and clean, basic. These are basic human skills, but like the nurturing part, the motherhood part, dear God,
Well, I'll be stopping it from time to time, okay? But I want you to listen to each of these individuals, all right? And I'll give my comment, my 2 cents on the piece, okay? All right? And as I said before, I'll remind you that I am a Gen Xer with the salt and pepper, okay? You listen to the man with the salt and pepper, okay? All right? You listen to the crazy man over the sane man, okay? All right? Because I have more knowledge than all of them. Let's continue.
That's the part that we don't talk enough about. And that's the part that's not so glamorous. And that's the part that we just don't know how to commit to. Because we didn't see it. You got to be taught that stuff. Like, you got to be shown how to communicate with somebody of a different gender. You have to be shown how to cater to somebody's needs and emotions. And, we don't get that. We just get use him for his money and be pretty.
Now, as I said before, I'm only going to do 10 minutes of commentary on here. As you can see, it's 50 seconds in. And so far, she's being honest right now. I see that she's being honest. And I also want you to know that everything she's saying is right on point. She hasn't been taught. Let's continue.
That's what we're living up to.
Damn.
Okay, it's about us women. No one can tell us anything wrong with us. No one can give us the truth. We can't take any type of criticism. We're willing to throw it out there, or we'll criticize all day. We'll be nasty all day. Just look at the Cardi B situation I was in. But
did you know there is a program on Amazon in 2024 that pays you money for compiling content for
Cardi B actually saying to me, who am I talking to? Clearly, I was talking to you. Because you were so hurt, you had to make a post about it when you should be about your business, what's going on with you. But see, it's easier to throw out shots. It's easier to just say whatever when you feel wounded inside, when something triggers you. So this is one of the most honest conversations I've ever seen a young woman have. in her honesty. This is on the channel We Need to Talk. I'm going to leave the full link below, but you guys need to watch every minute of this. I'm going to be pausing and giving my analysis as usual, but the original video, and I think he has more parts of this interview on other videos with her, but this is the one that popped up, and and it really jumped out at me. So yeah, just buckle up. This is going to be a good one.
Internalizing your trauma. So maybe for those of us that do know better.
Pause. Internalizing drama. We have to psychoanalyze this. Actually, it's not drama. Okay, it's not drama. It's called narcissism. As you know, when children grow up, they're not traumatized at all because you're trying to raise them, you're trying to teach them, right? And so when most people, I said most people, choose a path in life, they did have someone. I'm telling you right now, and I always say, stop making yourself a victim. Stop saying this, because that's what it's going to come down to. People are going to say, I'm a victim of traumatization because of my parents. But they obviously had a choice somewhere. Somewhere along the line, especially girls. They had a choice somewhere where if they got hurt one time, they could change the path and the course of their life. They don't need any guidance. It's just a choice that must be made. So whenever you hear the word traumatization, it's usually an excuse to do the things that they do. All right? So just remember, traumatization is not the reason why people mostly do things. All right. Okay, let's continue.
You don't really want to do better because you don't really know how to do better.
You see what I'm saying? This is an excuse for narcissism. Because they know the outcome. They know the answer to it. It's not a form of traumatization. It is a choice that they make. Because it feels good at the time. It feels good at the time. So that's the only reason why they're doing it. Not because of the past. But you can say it's partially up because of the past, because they didn't have enough discipline from their alpha fathers, which they never really had in the first place. So, let's continue.
And I think that more so might be what it is. Like, you don't want to give up on, like, it's hard when you've only known one thing, and then to just kind of like get on the straight and narrow,
The one thing I don't like about people who talk very slow, they're trying to set up a strategy plan in their head to make up all the lies because of their narcissistic traits. They're trying to find reasons and ways to excuse their behavior because of false traumatization and also basic narcissism. That's all it is, okay? But I can't stand people who talk real slow, okay? Because they have to really think about what they're saying. I don't have to think about what I'm saying because either way I'm right, okay? Because I'm a catch-22, okay? If I say something wrong, I'm right, okay? It's weird like that with me. But anyway, let's continue on.
It's kind of difficult. And I guess I kind of have a testimony to that because I had like a really, really good guy in my life.
Facts. Most women always have already met their perfect mate at least 2 to 3 times in their life. I'm a therapist. I've been a therapist for many years, and a eccentric therapist. Yes, I went to college for it, sure. But I learned something about women. Okay, when they do therapy, sometimes I just think it's all pseudo. Because Candice is talking about it now. Like I said before, it is pseudo. Because most of the time, the therapists don't give a fuck about what you're saying. There's 2 sides of therapy. There's the personalized one, where you really get a chance to know someone and they actually like you. And then there's the business one. I have my own personal therapist. I learn from my therapists. I talk to therapists to see if they're really interested in me, and they're really not. But trust me on this. Let's go on with the videotape to understand what I'm saying here. Lots of times, people make excuses for things that they are doing narcissistically.
Yeah. I had a really, really, really good guy in my life, but because I knew better, I didn't want to do better, And because I wanted to internalize that trauma, I just didn't want to give up on it. I lost him. And he just got married last year. Could have been me. So, like.
Could have been me. The most annoying thing, as annoying as I sound, marriage is not an agreement for loyalty. Marriage is not an agreement for loyalty. It is a symbol of something which is through the government. It's a symbol of someone who made up that, contractual agreement, which you really don't have to make. You can just have a simple ceremony and be done with it. Okay? You don't need to spend all this money. You don't need to show off for your friends. But I'm going to tell you right now, marriage is just for show. It is collateral damage for women. Women don't really love the men when they actually want to marry them in the first place. That's what they told me from the horse's mouth. Now, I know a lot of you women are like, oh, no, I love my man. No, most of you do not know how to love in the first place. But let's continue on the video.
So out the gate, I mean, she's just being honest. And so I have to commend her with that. I mean, we don't know.
No, she's not telling the truth. But I don't know if this woman's a therapist or not. I'm a psychoanalyst, okay? I read behind the walls. I go behind that, what do you call it? The fourth wall. I go behind the fourth wall. I'm eccentric like that. No one knows me, and I don't really care if you don't or not, okay? But a lot of times when people don't think, they make assumptions. But I'm going to tell you right now, there is a facade there. There is a facade. All right, let's continue.
If anyone's ever been honest, but from what I'm hearing, I'm not hearing any blaming of anyone else. But just being honest, and so I have to commend her with that. I mean, we don't know fully if anyone's ever been honest, but from what I'm hearing, I'm not hearing any blaming of anyone else. But right there is like, this is the thing that though is a little bit confused. To do better, what's better. But then it's also in the same conversation, you don't know what's better. So I think a lot of young women, like she's saying, y'all know better. We know better. Women know better. We know what's right. It just doesn't feel good. We're used to, like she said, the trauma. We're used to just dragging that along with us. And that's what our appetite is for.
Yeah, stop saying trauma, okay?
So then what happens is she met a good man, a man she still regrets losing because she refused to change.
She doesn't regret it. You think I'm fucking joking, right? She doesn't regret losing the man. Okay, if you want to ask questions, you go ahead and ask me. And I'll tell you the reason why she doesn't regret losing that man. Okay, that's it.
So clearly they were having conversations about this. And it's always in the aftermath that, I hear so many women, looking back after they've been in the streets longer, and they say, they look back on what they thought wasn't a good situation or they could do better.
Let me explain something about can they do better. Hypergamy. The hypergamy philosophy in women's mind. If you are a real man, okay, right? Or a real father, which I highly doubt most of you are really alpha males or real fathers, okay? I'm looking down on all of you men here. Because most of you men are beta. You need to come to my page. You need to come pay me in my PayPal and my Cash App now. You understand how to work the system. Okay, if you are a real man, you usually tell people or show them or guide them what direction they will be headed towards visually, verbally, and through testing. Let me repeat that again. If you're a real man, any person, you walk up to a woman, right, and you're not honest and upfront, you're not a real man. Okay, if you don't ask a woman, ask her questions or even psychoanalyze who she is before you even get a chance to know her, you're not a real man. Okay, I talk to hundreds of women all across the world. You guys can't do what I do because I get paid from women all. I am no simp like fucking Corey Holcomb. Okay, I know he admitted he's a trick. Okay, paying for used vaginas all of the time for the piece of the pie. Okay, but you guys don't know how to tell women up front you're a psychopath. You're not really a psychopath, but you try to you know how you can predict something before it happens, and you tell someone, okay, I'm gonna show you. Can I show you? You show your children that shit. You show women this shit. You show other men the error of their ways before it happens. You say, hey, you know what happens to men who fuck with me, right? Look at that person over there. I caused that. Okay, and then you can say, okay, look on TV. Look at all of the people who went through these TV shows. You talk to little children like this who act kind of fresh and say, hey, you did watch this show, Law and Order. You did watch this show, Ren and Stimpy. You know what happens when you hit someone over the head, right? You have to show them. You have to guide them. If you're a real person, you tell them this. I'm gonna show you what's going to happen to you. But most of you beta males y'all don't put the effort into it. But let's continue on with the video. I don't want to get too deep in the realm of reality here again, but anyway.
And find out what's out here. It's cold in these streets. So if a man wants to commit and loves you and you guys are a couple and you can work things out, especially her being young. I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her 20s.
Yes,
I would assume
she's in her 20s.
that she, that's what you should do. But see, what the world keeps telling us, you need to have hot girl summers. You need to have a whole face.
Yeah.
Because what is life? You're going to regret that. You're going to regret missing out on a whole face. Very rarely do you hear about the regret of losing out on good men. But she's able to take full accountability.
And very rarely you hear that most men are more likely to be virgins who are average looking Joe Snows. You're going to hear a lot of things that's, from me, okay, that is actually factual. So I've been doing this for over 20 years, guys. I've been on MySpace trying to do therapy, and I was pretty popular on MySpace until they got a hold of the fucking promotions where you have to advertise yourself and pay for everything now. It's no longer the server is up to the server. It's all about how much you're paying. You're only popular about how much money and energy you put into it. I work behind the scenes, guys. I work behind the scenes. I'm the one who started the Kevin Samuels. I'm the one who basically started the Roe versus Wade. I do things in a mystical sense. Okay, right now I'm working on hearsay right now. I'm using my magic on the hearsay, the false allegations and charges. King the Conqueror has been defeated, and you know what happened to Johnny Depp in the past, and Bill Cosby. Okay, hearsay must be stopped in the court of law. But I digress here. But let's continue on the video.
She did, and now the guy's married.
5
he was
minutes.
ready, to lock it down, and he just moved on.
Yeah, he moved on because he's a beta cuck simp. You don't get married unless it's a profit being made for you as the man. Now, I keep telling you guys, you always marry up, marry down, but marriage is not technically important. It only benefits mostly women. I got married to my virgin wife, which I recorded and everything else, to get paid. And so now I got full custody, and also I get child support. There is no way I'm dealing with a woman who don't want to abide by my standards and what the thing I asked for, right? And she'll say I'm crazy or controlling. But I don't give a flying monkey's ass because I'm protecting myself. But you're not supposed to be getting married. It got to benefit both people in a way. I have it to where if a female tries to call on me, I'm like a Mr. Raymond Reddington. I got shit set up already for her ass. Waiting for her to call. Waiting for her to try to cheat. Y'all guys can't do that. But I digress here. Marriage is not important, guys. Nobody should be getting married in 2024. You don't have the credentials or the knowledge. Don't do it. If you check my history in my bio, you know I'm a crazy motherfucker, right? I've killed people. Like Jeffrey motherfucking Dahmer. No, I haven't. Just pulling your chicken. Going down the rabbit hole, down up your asshole. Let's continue on the video.
To the next one.
Do you think Gen Z, more specifically, I would say younger millennials, Gen Z, do you think they actually aspire to long-term monogamous relationships? Do you think marriage is still like something worth striving for, or do you think it's just the aesthetic of I got my engagement ring? Look at this beautiful day that put us on Bella Nigel's Instagram page.
It's superficial.
Like, do you think your generation still wants that?
They want the aesthetic. They want the wedding and to shit on their. I'm sorry, can I cuss?
You can cuss.
and to shit on their friends and be like, yeah, I got the ring and the ceremony and the dress, but they don't want the longevity.
Say more about that. Why?
They don't want the decades. They don't want the pain. They don't want the forgive your husband for cheating.
It's not about the pain. Not about the decades, the way she expresses it. It's about the discipline. It takes discipline to study every person. They don't want that. Too time consuming for their brains to handle. When you have beta women, as I always say, 80% of the beta women fall for the 25%ers of the beta alpha male construct. I keep saying this to guys, and I show them reports all the time. And they, oh, you're right about that. A lot of them average Joe Smos are being left in the dust. They become incels. So that's why the incels, which I try to teach to start at I started the Passport Brothers, guys. You don't have to believe me. Way back in 2012. That's when I was talking to Kevin Samuels before he blew up. And I say it to you guys all the time. Do your research before you go anywhere. Have a plan. Have yourself a stable income amount so you can protect your mental psychosis. Protect you come first at all times. But as you heard here from the horse's mouth, let's continue.
They don't want the hardships of it.
The discipline. They don't want it. They don't want.
They
don't want the stability of it. They was told. Okay. They were told this is how stable you will be if you stay with me. This is how stable you would be if you stay with me. That rhymed, right? And you show them the path. But if they deviate, like my ex did, she deviated, and I let her. I said, "Go ahead, you go ahead and keep talking." You will feel the wrath of karma. You wouldn't call it karma, call it whatever you want. I call it common sense today,
And so,
keep going.
I think maybe they get conflated just in the idea of being a bride and.
Let me tell you some facts about this. This is how women are. I used to take care of fat women, okay, in the past. And I'm going to tell you the psychology behind people who are basically, obese, okay, or even like her, okay, Whenever they're fully attractive, or something goes wrong with the vajayjay, the coochie woochie down there, okay, then they will talk like this. So whenever you hear a female, you see a female, I'm going to tell you catch-22 with this, who's talking the truth. Now they're talking the truth. Something's wrong with that female. 90% the coochie, the weight, maybe she procrastinates, okay, she was talking to the right sister who got abused. Something must have happened to her directly. Because women are very, 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 I'm not saying all women are selfish. They're far more selfish than men, okay? Factually and statistically, the narcissist is the Jezebel spirit. And it can also reside in the male as well. But any old way, let's continue. Can't you tell, guys? I guarantee you, if she was a very more attractive female, she would not even say, she would basically be talking slower than this. Alright? She's still fairly attractive. She got a little bit of weight down there, but she's pretty, I'm not bullying her. She's kind of lazy. Okay? Alright, but let's continue with the video here. We are not bullying here. I'm a comedian, goddammit, bitches. Bitches lead to stitches, and snitches lead to ditches too.
It just kind of like, for myself personally, maybe that's why I'm kind of messing up. Like, I don't want to really speak
Do you want
for
help or not?
everybody.
Sure.
If I can speak for what I want personally. I never wanted to be married, but that was only because I never saw marriage. Like, I never saw
I'm about to stop this
relationships. I
goddamn
didn't,
video.
other
She's
than
annoying.
on TV. I never saw it in real life. Everybody that I ever knew was a single mother, so I just kind of like silently accepted the fact that was probably going to be my life. But then this whole manosphere thing happened, and you had creators like Kevin Samuels coming out and
don't talk about my brother from another mother.
Like, he was spitting, like, it kind of made sense. Like, hold on.
When did you find out about him?
We need him. Like, hold on.
No, you don't need Kevin Samuels.
You can't be. It's like we.
I taught Kevin Samuels about research and making sure you can go back and check your stats of what you're talking about. I also taught him about virginity and not trying to focus on the man being high value because of his income. Okay, so this is important. I taught, but he didn't teach that. He taught what sells. Okay. So I said, hey, what about joining me? I'm the one who started you, man. What about me? He left me in the dust, and he also drank Blue Bull. I told him to stop drinking that Blue Bull. And then the last thing I heard about Kevin Samuels, he was with a yellow bone bitch. What the fuck? I told him to stay away from the hotels. He was married twice, and he had cancer, right? So you obviously know he has no video showing that he's the real McCoy, right? So I'm like, I show videos that I was overseas. I show videos that I'm on Pornhub and OnlyFans, and I know guys don't follow me, but I don't give a fuck today. But check this shit out. You know how it is. I think it's because of my salt and pepper. Maybe I'm balding or something. I don't even worry about that. I still pull women. Fresh, not non-used vagina coochies. And then I'm like, guys don't want to listen. I don't care. I'm not jealous at all. But I don't know what it is. You know how you give someone knowledge and they just take a little bit of it and run? That's what people do these days. That's why I do not fraternize with broke people anymore. I just don't do it. We used to talk about information. He would always say I'm right. Yeah, I know in the comment section. I don't even know where the comments was at. I think it was one of my pages that got pulled down on Martha's Knowledge. Either 3, 5, because I got a few pages pulled down because it was controversial shit. So I'm not interested in paying YouTube shit, right? But anyway, I digress here. I'm about to call it quits on this because it's annoying.
Felt like we could just be city girls forever and just be hot girls forever and just use guys forever, but...
And if you basically still had a tight vajayjay or loosey-goosey coochie-woochie, you would still do the same. It's hidden. You're not telling people. You don't have any regrets. 99% of the time, women don't have regrets. If they can reverse it, they told me they would not have regrets. They would go back and do the same. Let's go.
I don't think that's how life is supposed to work. As a matter of fact, I know that's not how life is supposed to work. And I think where a lot of us are with Gen Z, especially myself,
hey, man.
I think a lot of us just don't know how to get there.
You're not interested in getting there.
So, like, it's difficult. I wouldn't even know where to begin on how to be a wife.
I know where to begin.
Like...
You told
me.
So
I wanted to pause that right there because she said a bunch of things y'all know I will forget. But again, the honesty right here, the vulnerability that she's displaying.
The honesty is not there. And this woman is not a therapist. And so I would tell her to stop. Okay, stop. And correct her. You have to correct her. Okay, the one in the black. You have to stop them from talking, okay? It's very fucking annoying. I don't know how you guys do it, okay? I don't know how you guys follow, okay? But anyway, I digress, okay?
Is amazing because so many women, even older than her, will not admit these things. And she recognized when she heard Kevin, she heard direction. What did she say? She said that she didn't, growing up, all she saw was just being a single mother, a baby mama. So she just assumed that's what her life was going to be. She had no direction, no one teaching her certain things.
Before I cut this off, because he sounds annoying as well to me. Gen Zs care nothing about education. They only go on what they feel. Facts. They do not care about education. Whenever you show them, guide them, speak about it, they do not listen. Alright? Beta men, which are 80% of you men out there who watches me, because I'm going to call you that till I'm blue in the green in the motherfucking emerald pill face. Most beta men and beta women, they go by what they feel. They go by what someone else's feel in order to watch someone as well. Me? I keep telling you this. I told you this here. Only here. Only the emerald pillar with the Gen Zs are incapable of learning. Out of the 100%, I'm going to tell you right now, even internationally, if they're a Gen Z, born millennial, okay, born after 1980, because that's where the Gen Z start, 1980, they will not hear you 90% of the time. All right, okay, so we got that. All right, let's continue.
And that's what Kevin was doing. And some people will say
Kevin
he was too
was a
harsh,
beta
his
alpha
tone,
male.
all these things. I can tell you without a doubt, it doesn't matter.
Kevin was a beta alpha male simp. He loves use of vaginas, and he did not talk about virginity. He talked about virginity sometimes, but he himself did not walk the walk. He did not show the walk. He did not have any video footage. I did. If you follow me closely, you know me. You know what a virgin is supposed to look like. But that don't mean they'll be loyal, babies. And this is a problem with a lot of you guys. You fall in this so-called false delusion of love. Love should actually mean respect. It's not a platonic affection. She doesn't know what love is, and she doesn't know what love is because they are not taught. And if they say, all I want to do is feel love, no, they don't know what love is. You ask them, what is love? And the first thing that come out of his mouth is someone to cuddle with, to be with. And then they'll give you all of the superficial stuff that's connected with just being with someone. No. The Italians taught me when I was a kid, love is a form of respect and a form of fear. Which one? You choose one. Now, your definition may be beta, and you might say, I need to be with someone. But you're validating a self-fear, a form of escapism. That means you are weak when you're seeking attention from someone. Why are you doing that? When you do this, you leave yourself open, like a loosey-goosey, flappy-wappy, okay? But let me be quiet on the different types of vaginas out there, which no guys talk about, okay? I'm just keeping it real, okay? I'm pulling the collars. Let's finish this 10 minutes, okay?
Tone. If someone doesn't like what you're saying, they're just not going to like it, regardless. They're going to find a way to spin it. Yeah. But what's astounding is that she recognized there was a need in her life of having direction. She's saying that now. Clearly, you can see that. And she's saying it. And so when she listened to someone like Kevin, he opened her eyes, and it was the direction she had been longing for her entire life. And this is what I say about women. They want structure. They want discipline.
They don't.
They want someone to
That's
lead. They want someone to guide them.
No, they don't.
For the most part, internally.
She's not a therapist.
If you really get to the heart of it. But so many are caught up, like she said, we're not supposed to be city girls forever. That's the main message. And anything that bucks against having your hot girl summers, being city girls, or just, living your best life, living in your truth, you are, those are the dominating messages. There's very little else other than the men who are putting in the work online to tell women the truth and to open them up to how men think. And so this right here this right here needs to be shared. The original video, his video, go to his channel, the link's below. Please share this video because this...
And that's all. Because I can't stand it, okay, you know. Please, peoples. People just want to have fun. Like the song with Cyndi Lauper. This girls just want to have fun. And if they can reverse this person who they was back 10 years ago, they will do the same thing again with no regrets. So what do you do about it? What is the solution? I always get to the solution. The solution is to come to me to learn the knowledge. That's one. I am not a beta alpha male like Kevin Samuels and also Andrew Tate. I do not deal in daddle laddie, okay, and what most people talk about. That is the facts. You come to me for the knowledge. You understand that I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. And stop listening to women therapists, they know what's going on, but they don't know the deep down reason why. It's just lust and just passion, heat of passion of the times. Okay? People don't know how to love. People care nothing about fixing themselves or education. So what is the solution? The solution is to do nothing. Let chaos ensue. Okay? Let chaos come. What do they say? What does that say? Okay. Weak men make good times. Or good men make weak men. Weak men make folly times. And folly times create powerful men. Okay, you know, I forgot the saying how it works, but you know, the order of operations. Rock, paper, scissors. Once something beats something, something else will beat the other. That's how life works, peoples. You have to allow chaos to ensue. And as I said before, real knowledge comes at a high price. But I'm not gonna come at a high price. That's why I have the Patreon down here. You can keep it touching. You pay every month. Okay, I'm cheap. But I don't ask for $400, $500. Okay. But you know what? I'm not popular. That's the problem with millennials. They look at my face and my salt and pepper. Oh, he ain't got shit until I show my videos. And I show my backup. But anyway, that digress. That's all I really want to say, guys. I love you all, but I despise the many of you. This message goes out to you werewolves, you bastards, you shapeshifters, everybody and other species in between. Star Universe power. I'm the indigo child. I'm the chosen one. One of them. I don't have any sins. I'm not religious. I don't do what everybody else does. I have my family. Do you have yours? Stop listening to people who don't even have kids and they don't have great beards or even a white beard, as a matter of fact. I'd rather listen to Santa Claus than most of these imbeciles on the internet. They're everywhere. They're popping up. But since they become popular because they're putting money into their promotions, that's on you guys. I'm out of here, guys. And what do I usually say? And my daughter's in the background. I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Right now they're sleeping. I gotta take them out to the Mexican restaurant. But other than that, I'm going to keep preaching, guys. I'm still alive, very well. I may be going to Sierra Leone or Kenya. And if you can see my private videos, because I say private because my shit is shadow banned, okay? So it's kind of like private. I don't get no attention on my videos, but I don't mind that. I love it. Thank you very much, YouTube. I get paid. Yeah. But I get paid in a unique fashion because I'm crazy. And I'm a psychopath. I'm a good psychopath. Not like Jack the Ripper though, or Jeffrey Dahmer, or Charles Manson. Not like that. Okay, I actually do a service for the world. Okay. Other than that, I'm out of here, guys. Peace and love to you all. Peace and love to you all. Peace. Hope you learned something in this video. Peace.